All right, we are live with Aaron, Dave, and Jenny. We are talking about, can your old devices, when you dispose of them, make you vulnerable to hackers? Can they?
Absolutely.
How?
There's coming from the bench, there was an old adage that if I can touch your computer, I own it, right? Meaning if I can get a hold of your computer, I can do whatever I want to it. And that's pretty much at the basic form. If someone steals your laptop, they're going to get your data off it if they want it. It's really not that hard. So at the simplest form, you don't even need to be a hacker. You just need a little bit of computer knowledge and know-how, and it's very easy to get documents, datas, passwords. You know, if you have your profile has shortcuts with saved passwords, etc. Yeah, people can easily go on your websites and become you.
Now, I have a question, because we do have some customers that purchase encryption. And when they do that, I believe it makes it a lot harder for them to hack.
Yep.
If somebody gets a hold of an active laptop. I mean, we're talking about disposed ones today, but that just popped into my brain. I was like, oh, wait a minute. What if you just lose your device?
Yep, that's a good point. There's you can encrypt the whole hard drive. There's trusted platform module that does that. And it makes it, if it's removed from that specific laptop and put in another one, it's functionally impossible to get in it, to get the data off it.
So that's something our customers can ask us about if they want.
Yep.
Okay, so
I've got a question too.
yeah,
Sorry.
go for it. Go for it.
What are some of the things that a service like service provider like DS Tech would do for a client? Just as examples of what are some of the things that we would A, recommend and or B, do to support our clients?
One of our talking points is you may have, depending on what business you're in, you might have regulations as to what has to happen to that hard drive. There's like Department of Defense wipe application. I don't know the exact name of it, but you write over the data that's on a hard drive 7 times and functionally it erases it to completely blank. Nobody can get anything off of it, no matter what. There's other programs that will do it, not as sufficiently, apparently. But then again, there's also applications that will allow you to get data off of a hard drive that's been damaged or wiped or has an issue at either on purpose or by accident. Something is wrong with it. So it's, you know, we have certain customers, we have to certify that we wipe their hard drives and document it. And then we have other ones that we take their hard drives. We got a cool little device in the back room, literally, and you've all seen it.
I've seen it. Yeah.
Just bends a hard drive in half like this, and nobody's getting any data off of that thing.
That's cool.
It's very therapeutic if you're a tech person.
The techs probably like it.
Yes.
Oh, okay. But Aaron, I think there was a little bit more to that question too, like the software that they get, that encryption software, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I know, like Dave said, it makes it a lot harder for them to hack, but it also makes it so that you can like disable access to it if you lose it, right? I can't remember. It's been a long time since I looked at that software package, but
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where I was thinking a little bit too was, you know, I think part of the evolution of some of the businesses that we work with is, you know, at one point it was a lot of premise-based. Maybe then they had a server. Maybe that server then at some point got migrated. Virtualization, you know, cloud. Now that's all maybe that's hosted off site. Maybe somebody else is hosting that in their data center. Is there any, you know, what's my reassurance that that data at some point will be disposed of properly when the time comes. You know, because we don't have the handy device that DS Tech has. It's cloud-based now. You know, how do we know?
I'm sure it's part of our agreements with, you know,
Well,
that data is gone. Right, Dave? I don't really know that detail.
I don't either. I was just thinking out loud. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Don't be sorry. I'm sure there is an answer. And I
missed the
bet you if we
question.
had Josh on here, he would know.
I missed the question. I was looking up something on the TPM, Trusted Platform Module over.
Oh, we were wondering, because some of our customers are moving their servers to the cloud so that they don't have all that equipment maintenance and all that kind of stuff. So we were
Mhm.
wondering about, like, let's say an employee leaves. I mean, do we wipe out that data for them?
Right.
I'm guessing we do.
Well, I would say, like most places, you remove their username and password, their account.
Oh, but you give somebody else access.
Right. You give their superior, or their replacement,
So
whatever,
there's
access.
processes.
Yeah, that's kind of a
Yeah,
different scenario.
that's kind of a, yeah,
If a person leaves, yeah.
yeah. Is that the scenario you were thinking, Aaron, or were you thinking something else?
No, I was kind of thinking, you know, say they have a server that's been, maybe they have services that are cloud-based and they've been using it for a number of years, and that's backed up regularly. There's, you know, reporting on all of it. It's healthy, but that's still hardware at some point. That's still somebody's hard drive. You know, what if
Oh.
that company upgrades? You know, what happens to those old hard drives? Because we don't have any physical on-premise any longer. DS Tech doesn't touch it any longer. How, you know, how do we verify the assurance to the client? You know, everything has been properly
Yeah,
disposed of.
I'm sure it's part of the agreement. And you know what? If you're not with DS Tech, check with your cloud
Yeah.
service provider to make sure that,
Right.
you know, they do properly dispose of that hardware. Yeah, that's a good question.
That is a very interesting question.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that. That's actually really good. So let's talk about disposal, Dave.
Well, you know, before you give your iPhone 7, whatever you're trading in, to your 12-year-old child who, you know, probably going to be less concerned about securing data, what's on that phone that if they leave it in their school locker or someone steals it from them or whatever, what's on it that can be used, you know, to attack you or to get your data or to whatever people might want to do with it. You know,
So question then, when I give an old phone to my kids, I like factory reset it and start all over. Is the data gone at that point?
as far as I know, I truly believe it to be. You know, that's a factory reset from the day it was shipped.
Yeah.
So I would say yes.
Mhm.
You know, you might want to check with your cell provider to make sure. The thing is, you run into people, they don't want to reset it. You know, they got, you know, 50 apps on it. Well, too bad, kid. You know, you're gonna have to put your own on there, because just uninstalling a bunch of apps is probably not going to guarantee that you have gotten rid of everything.
Yeah.
Right.
Every personal information on your phone.
So the right thing is to factory reset it.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Because after I transfer my data, you know, I actually have like 2 versions back. So there's one sitting in the closet in case I ever needed it. Right. And then a year later, you know, my husband's phone died. I'm like, okay, well, I haven't touched that phone in a year. I guess we can factory reset it now, because obviously I don't need the stuff on it. So.
And one of our talking points I put up was that just because that phone's battery is long dead, or your laptop won't take a charge or whatever, data is going to persist on those devices. You know, hard drives are permanent storage. So you have to make sure if you don't know what the hard drive is, you need to find out. And, you know, we physically damage it is what, you know, if a lot of people around here like to hunt, a little target practice would.
I know we used to have a tech that's how he would destroy hard drives. He found that very therapeutic.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. So in speaking of wiping those hard drives, you just brought a point up when some of the wiping methods don't actually get rid of everything. There's ways to see what's on there, you know, without, and that's why we use that industrial level, I would say,
Yes.
wipe software, because it, like you said, writes over it a bunch of times and then erases it so that all those little data segments can't be recovered.
Yep. The way a hard drive is laid out physically, it has a bunch of little sectors and tracks, and data is written into each one of them. And then your operating system knows what's in every one of those. You know, if you think of it as a book, right, they're pages of a book. So when you wipe a hard drive clean just to reload Windows on it, all that data pretty much is persists on that hard drive. But because you've told the operating system there's nothing on those pages, you can write over new data on it.
Mhm.
But the bad guys and, you know, forensic scientists have ways of looking at those sector by sector and pulling data off it. So if you're just going to wipe and reload a
So
laptop,
the CSI stuff is real.
yeah, you can, you know, wipe it and give it to your, you know, your kid and as an operating system, a new operating system on it, and be fairly confident nobody's going to get any data off it. But if you're going to put it out on the curb and let anybody pick it up and you've wiped it, not recommended
Guaranteed.
practice. Right,
So do you trust the person you gave it to?
right.
So,
You know them, I guess is what it should have been.
right?
Yeah.
Or find some software that actually, I wish I knew the name of it. I know what you're talking about and I can't remember it. Okay. Are we at the end of our little discussion on getting rid of them? Pretty much, right? I mean, there's recycling places that also properly dispose of them. So if you want to get rid of it confidently, find out who recycles them,
Right.
you know.
And anything before you throw it in the garbage, you know, certainly batteries from laptops, see if can be recycled somewhere. There's a few companies in Escanaba, businesses that will take old batteries. We bring ours out to the place across from Henson Celine's there.
Remy.
Yep.
Yep.
Even the small, you know, AA and whatever we bring out to there. You know, don't just throw them in. There's not good things in there. So bring it somewhere to get recycled properly.
Mhm.
Awesome. All right. Well, good information. Thank you, guys.
All righty.
Thanks, Jenny. Thanks,
Make it a
Dave.
great day. Oh, get on our newsletter. Okay. So that'll be going across the screen or somewhere on the bottom here that says it's under news at dstech.net. Get on our newsletter because we share, you know, tips and lots of good articles in there every week. So
Be sure to ask questions. If you have any questions,
drop
yeah,
them. Drop some questions. We'll put them on our next live. All right.
All
Make
right.
it a great day, guys.
Bye.
Bye.